Hello.
I'm Sakura. I'll be your nutritionist today.
Hi, I'm Bailey.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Okay, so have you ever seen a nutritionist?
No. It's my
Okay.
first time.
All right. Well, we'll have about half hour to talk. But if there's anything at all in between while I'm talking, if there's any concerns you have, just let me know, and then we can talk about them. But so what is the reason that you wanted to come in today?
Well, I was referred to you by the health center because I was diagnosed for prediabetes.
Oh,
So like they took like a blood glucose test and it was in the range for prediabetes. I don't know what that means.
Right.
I just
It's a lot of information at first to take.
yeah, I'm worried that it will turn into diabetes because I have family who has this disease, and my mom has it, and I've seen her have like kidney problems and all the things she has to deal with that. And it's just really scary to me. I don't have that type of need, so.
I can sympathize. I mean, I'm Mexican too, and I know your mom is too, right? I read in your chart. Yeah, so it's a bit heavy, but you know, you're young. We can still talk about things to keep you in that healthy range. And so I think there's a lot to say about you even being here. I mean, you're concerned, you came in today. That's a good thing. So that's pretty neat. But what I hear you saying is that you wouldn't want this for yourself, right?
What do you
The illness that your mom had.
mean? No.
Right. Okay, so that kind of worries you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some of your eating patterns like in a typical day?
Well, in the mornings I pretty much skip breakfast because I'm just not hungry, and like I feel like I'll gain weight if I add another meal. So I just skip it all together, and I'll have just black coffee when I wake up to get me started in the morning. And for lunch, I'll have pretty big lunch because I'll be hungry by the afternoon. So I'll have like a sandwich with like turkey and cheese. I'll have maybe some vegetables for a snack, and then I'll definitely have some soda and chips. And so that's my lunch, and then dinner can be a variety of things, but it's mostly like mac and cheese, and then some days I'll have spaghetti, and sometimes I'll have salad, but it's mostly just like easy stuff that I can make because I don't have a lot of time. So.
Oh, okay. So with your time schedule, you're eating, sounds like pretty heavy meals sometimes. Sometimes you have coffee. Is there any water in there?
In my diet?
Yeah.
Not so much.
So with your schedule, it sounds like you're just working around. Maybe is it school? What's taking up all your time?
I'm a college student.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that explains a
So
lot.
I'm really busy.
I get it. Yeah. So what about your lifestyle you think is positive?
I have a lot of friends, so I'm social, and I get good grades. Yeah.
That's great. Good for
I
you.
have a lot of fun.
That's good. Is there anything in that lifestyle that maybe you think is negative right now?
Well, I'm not super active right now. Like I've taken PE classes, but I just like don't. I feel like I just don't have time to go outside and like move. You know, like it's just not in my priorities. But I don't mind being active. I just like haven't really made it like important. And like my diet probably isn't the best. I just like I'm used to it the way it is. So yeah.
Nice. Well, it's kind of like, sounds like a seesaw where, you know, one day you'll be like, oh, let me do something that's fun, and then, you know, you eat when you need to, and then some days you're just keeping it to the back burner and doing other things that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
And then I also have concerns about my weight. I'm always trying to lose weight, so I'll go on diets, but then I just can't maintain it, and I'll just give in and just continue doing the way I used to be, and then so my weight's just all over the place. But I'm never really satisfied with it. So.
Oh, tell me a little bit more about that.
I just have poor body image. I have this vision of what I want my body to look like, and I just don't know how to make it look like that. And I just my priorities don't really match with what I want, my motivations.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of stuck in the way that I think.
Okay, well that's a good insight for you to think about. Even saying it out loud, is saying, yeah, I've done a little yo-yo dieting and it's a little frustrating. I can tell. I can get that from you. Not just being a college student, but managing the weight is pretty tough. I can see how that'd be a little stressful. And then a lot of times, college students and the stress of it just affects how we eat, and it's a well-known fact. And so. Basically, I wanted to see if you're interested. I could offer you some information that my other clients with the same pre-diabetes status has helped them. Is that something you want to know more about?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, right here I have a diagram, and it is some information, and are one of these something that you would want to talk about? There's eating regularly, or exercising more, or
I'd be willing to eat more regularly throughout the day.
Okay.
And maybe to sprinkle in some exercise that helps.
That's true. That's good. Do you think that it's going to be something that you can do?
Yeah. I think, I don't know.
On a scale from 1 to 10, do you think that you'd be more motivated to eating regularly?
Yeah, I just haven't really thought about it that much, but I guess 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any concerns you have other than just eating regularly?
I'm just worried that if I include more snacks and stuff, I'll gain weight.
Oh, okay. Definitely. So I hear you're thinking more mindful of what you put in your body then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is there something from that lifestyle that you think is something that you can change?
Yeah, definitely. I probably, I don't know if my meals are pretty, decently balanced. I don't know if I should be increasing my variety. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not really educated on that stuff. I'm on my own now, so I just need to learn more about how to eat right, I guess.
That's true. So, eating healthier regularly is something that you would want to do.
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of changes do you think that would mean?
I guess eating all 3 square meals a day, and maybe sprinkling in some snacks.
Yeah.
I guess that would probably be better for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Are there some snacks that you bring with you? Are you away from home a lot?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
definitely on the go all the time, just with classes and just study groups and all that stuff. So just library.
Okay. Well, there's would you like me to give you more information about those types of snacks that could be brought with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the blood sugar, it rises and falls throughout the day, so eating regularly maintains your blood glucose and pretty much helps you maintain, you know, being alert. A lot of the times, it'll help you focus more and just keep your blood glucose at a maintained level. And there's some foods, especially carbohydrates, will bring that up. And for you, that might not be the issue. Well, I'm thinking, because you say that you wanted to limit the carbohydrates as far as your some of the diets that you've had.
Yeah.
Probably will state that. For maybe you could look at it in a way where if you need that energy throughout the day, carbohydrates are the first thing that your body will want to use in your life, or throughout the day. Sorry, but so yeah, just keep that in mind. It's for your energy. It's for sustaining, your alertness. And so just taking a different look at it instead of, it might put an extra weight on you because that's not really accurate.
Okay.
But is that something you might want to think about?
Yeah, like I didn't know all these things about blood sugar, so definitely
Okay.
learning some new stuff today.
Okay. So is there, let's see, some meal plans you wanted to talk about, like what works for you?
Sure. Well, I don't know. I don't really like cooking at home.
Oh, okay.
So I just like eat out a lot, I think. Or if I do cook at home, it's like not very good for me. So I just need some more like input on like ways I can improve my meals, I guess.
Sure.
In a like time efficient way. Because I'm just really busy.
Yeah, that's a good thing to bring up because with your busy lifestyle, I hear you saying that you want to do good for your body, but a lot of times it's not something you think about when you leave the house, and it's something that you just put behind you and just figure you'll get to it, and then you go home and you eat those big meals like you've said.
Yeah.
So so good. That's a good thing to bring up because if you listen to your body and your hunger, your body will let you know when you're hungry. And so just keeping that in mind because the average person is probably hungry every 3 to 4 hours, so maybe those snacks will definitely help you maintain your blood sugar and keep you alert. So a lot of times, it's just something that will give you the idea. So with that, I wanted to ask maybe if you were open to some ideas for snacks.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so I was thinking more along the lines of like apples. They're really good. They've been compared to the energy that a cup of coffee would do for you. So I know that's important to you to stay to keep you up, and since you're skipping breakfast. So a lot of times maybe grabbing an apple or just pre-planning. And so maybe the night before when you get home, just definitely jot down. Does that work for you, like making notes? Because I know students, their Post-its.
That's a good idea. I never thought of doing that.
Yeah, that's worked for some of my clients in the past, where they to get like a Post-it and then that's in their planner, and then if you have time, just take a look at that and then tell yourself, oh, I'm going to be in class for the next 4-6 hours, and so a lot of the times cut vegetables like carrots and cut apples. I don't know if you want to slice those before they get a little brown.
Yeah.
But, so how does that sound?
Sounds like a good idea. I definitely would be able to do that.
Okay. So So how do you think your life would be if you made something like a change like
Well, if these changes can um, lower my blood sugar or make me out of the range for prediabetes, I definitely feel more at ease because I would know that I wouldn't be developing the sickness my mom has. I'd definitely be happier and healthier.
that? Okay, so you want to focus on being happy and maybe uh, keeping away that illness that your mom has.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to keep in mind. I mean, you're making really good choices so far, and I like that idea that bringing snack. That's definitely going to help. Um, so you think? Do you think it would get you to what you want? I mean, I know you're a little. You were concerned about your weight. As far as that, is that still something that
Well,
you're considering?
if what you're saying is true, then if I have more of a regular diet and eat more healthily, then my weight shouldn't be an issue because I'd be eating what my body needs, and if I'm eating better foods, then I probably won't gain as much weight as I think,
That's true.
and my metabolism will probably be better, right? Is that
Right.
how it works?
Yeah, you've definitely picked up on a lot of things about getting healthier, and so what I hear you saying is that your metabolism is something that you can constantly feed with those snacks, and so it's a good thing to pick up on.
Yeah.
Right. Are there times that you eat for other reasons other than you're just really hungry?
Well, sometimes if I'm like studying, I'll snack and stuff.
Okay, so tell me about those times.
Like I'll have like cheese and like crackers. And I don't really pay attention to how much I'm eating. I just kind of like snack and like focus on my schoolwork, and I don't even know if I'm hungry or not. I just need something to like munch on.
Oh, okay. So I hear that you're studying pretty much. Your life revolves around that time that you have towards studying.
Yeah.
Okay. But you do keep in mind that you do have to snack, and I mean, and maybe it's just, if you don't mind me suggesting something, like maybe it's what you eat, right? So that'll definitely keep up your morale. Not only are you doing something for your future, going to school and studying, but you're also taking care of yourself and you're making those good choices. Keep in mind those snacks that we talked about earlier. Okay, so what concerns do you have about what you're doing now?
I'm worried about I don't know, like maybe my activity levels aren't high enough.
Oh, okay.
I just don't like being like really sweaty and stuff, and like just being out of breath, and like I don't mind like being active and like moving my body is fun, but like I just don't want to be like over exerted. But I know that like the fact that I don't really do stuff isn't good for me. Probably should like change that.
Hey, that's a good thing to recognize. I mean, on the one hand, you have you're not eating well, and then on the other, you're eating mindfully. That's what I hear you saying. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really great. So, what bothers you most about that?
I need to practice like eating more mindfully and just like eating a more balanced diet. I've been so overcome with like my studies as a college student, and it's just not as much of a priority for me. So
well, how is what you're doing right now definitely going to get you towards feeling better and managing your pre-diabetes status?
I think, well, if what you tell me is true, that eating regularly will make my blood sugar fall into more of a normal range,
Okay.
and it'll keep it more steady. So that would take me out of being at risk for developing diabetes. And so I would not only be healthier, but I wouldn't be at risk for that disease because that can lead to a lot of other complications I just and my mom. And I would definitely be resting more easily, knowing that like I'm doing everything I can to like prevent that from happening. So.
Right, right. So you're definitely taking a lot of considerations, and keeping that in mind will eventually, we'll be putting that into action. It sounds like. Well, how do you think, on a scale of 1 to 10, your motivation would be to make, let's see, the change?
After talking to you about it and just understanding more about it, I feel like I'm at like an 8 now about making these changes.
Okay, why an 8 and why not a 9?
Because I just don't have time, like I've said. So it's gonna be hard to like change my habits of not eating enough food and eating the right things and sticking to my routine, I guess. So.
Right, right. So you know that your regular routine wasn't making you feel good, and it wasn't making you healthy, and then now with your diagnosis, you want to make better changes. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. What are some barriers to, or so about the focus that we wanted to talk about? Is that something that you wanted to make a short-term plan?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
so what would that short-term plan be?
Yeah, I guess I could just try and make sure I have like 3 meals a day, and then if I'm hungry in between them, I'll make sure I have like a snack, so that way I don't like overindulge on one meal. It'll be more spread out throughout the day.
Okay, and so do you think there's any barriers to that?
Just like moving around through my schedule and just planning ahead, I guess. It's just going to be hard to get used to. Because I'm usually on the go, so I don't really think twice about what I'm eating. But now I have to like stop and actually like plan and prepare. So it's going to be hard.
Okay. So how do you think you kind of work through that, knowing what you know now?
Maybe I could look up different like ideas online about like how to make quick meals that are like healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
sure.
healthier snack alternatives. And just being more aware of what I'm putting in my body and how much I'm eating. That way I can regulate my body and make it more healthy.
Right, because those, what I hear you saying is that those big meals that you're used to pretty much were not working for you, health-wise and physically.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, you know now that that's something that you can work out on your own and try to continue that goal. So, you want to talk about maybe some strategies? What's the best way to incorporate those snacks, those healthy snacks? And like if you want to talk about like a week span, how many times a week do you think you can incorporate bringing in a healthy snack in the morning?
Probably at least during the weekdays during school. The weekends it would just be like I would be home, so I wouldn't really have to worry about that. But maybe like just during the weekdays when I'm school.
Okay. So I was thinking, what sounds, it sounds like you're ready for, putting that in action. So do you mind if I just, are you open to like another idea?
Sure.
Okay, so because of this handout, we have something to making like an experiment. So something like a couple of times a week, right? Bring a healthy snack with you, and then that way when you're home, you know you're not overeating at one sitting. Does that sound like
Yeah.
doable for you? So how would you know if the experiment is working?
I would probably feel better. I might have more energy.
Okay.
And then over some time, I would probably go back to the health center and have them check my blood glucose to see, or my fasting blood glucose to make sure it's normal again. So.
Well, it sounds really good. I mean, so how about because your mom, you know, being brought up, you know, knowing that she had been sick and stuff, and so I've heard you mention that it's important to you to be healthy, and then it's important to you to do well in school, and so those two dynamics in your life have become something that you're focusing on. So I think the goal, the short-term goal that you made today, is going to help you with those two, and just get your concerns and what you're able to do. Just put them in just focus on for the week. So we would. Did you want to make a follow-up appointment?
Sure.
Okay. That way, when we meet back, we can go ahead and go over the week and how the week went for you. So just maybe pick out what works best for you. So if apples work good, or cut veggies that keep fresh, like in a sandwich baggie, just on your own, picking what worked the day before, and then keeping it completely simple. So when you do make that choice before you leave to school, just keep that in mind. That you're very motivated. You came here today, and there's things you can incorporate, and you made a really great choice. So that's something that we can talk about when we get back next week. Is this time going to work for you?
Yeah. This
Okay. So same time next week.
Sure.
Okay. So is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No. I had a really good session with you, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
You too.
See you again.